We have asked NATO to be more present in the Arctic region, and I think everybody in NATO agrees about that, the Arctic states, but also other member states, that we need a permanent presence from NATO in the Arctic region, including around Greenland. You're asking about red lines. We have them. Of course, I think it's clear for everybody that we are a sovereign state, and we cannot negotiate about that because it's a part of the very basic democratic values. But of course, we can discuss with the US how we can strengthen our common cooperation on security in the Arctic region. There is one thing that has something to do with NATO. When Europe is not divided, when we stand together, and when we are clear and strong, also in our willingness to stand up for ourselves, then the results will show.
As a Polish Prime Minister, I will be always very, dedicated to transatlantic relations, and for us, the United States are absolutely the most important partner when it comes to our security, etc. And we always accepted leadership of the United States. It's something absolutely natural. But and this is why it is so important for all of us, also for our partners in Washington, to understand the difference between domination and leadership. Leadership is okay.
But how do
transatlantic partners? In fact, we and Europe should be here absolutely united to protect the relations with our partners on the other side of Atlantic, even if it is today much more difficult than ever before.
There is an issue in terms of the fundamental point about the United Nations being the key arbiter for peace in the world and conflict resolution, and obviously we're aligned to the UN. So it's much different proposition to the one originally envisaged by the UN resolution, but we will seek further clarification. We're anxious to contribute to conflict resolution and peace in Gaza, and to support in a humanitarian way the situation there. Situation, but I welcome the developments of yesterday and first of all the announcement by President Trump that force would not be used in respect of Greenland, and secondly that the threat of tariffs on certain EU member states were to be lifted, but more importantly then that a framework had been agreed in which the situation in terms of security in the Arctic and Greenland would be discussed. There is an existing treaty between Denmark and the US, and clearly that provides a framework to enable discussions to take place. And I think